More than 470 personnel now fighting that blaze. It now covers over 1,200 acres. And since the Crow Peak fire first started burning, all sorts of aircraft, from heavy air tankers to helicopters, have been used to gain the upper hand and gain control of the fire. News Center 1's Sam Kramer joining us now in studio with more on the air war that's been waged against that blaze. Sam?
Yeah, that's right. Firefighters haven't had the ample opportunity to work directly on the fire because of its location. And as a result, Incident Command decided to fight aggressively from the air. When fighting wildfires, air resources are usually supplemental.
We use the aircraft when we can, but our objective was not to fly this thing and try and drown it.
But on the Crow Peak fire just outside Spearfish, fighting the flames from the air was the safest form of initial attack available.
Air assets are always valuable, but they've been particularly valuable this time because we went with the indirect attack on this. The fire was up at the top of the hill where we couldn't put firefighters safely.
Fixed-wing aircraft released retardant on areas of the fire.
And he kind of is the traffic cop. He directs all the air resources where he can see them.
Heavy air tankers and helicopters dropped nearly 125,000 gallons of water Monday to suppress the fire's spread.
We won't engage the fire unless those kind of things work and work well.
But more restrictions come with being so dependent on air resources.
So each pilot, regardless of the time of day that they start, we can't exceed 8 hours of flight per day.
That means the retardant and water drops must be used precisely. With so many moving parts, planes, and people, communication between folks on the ground and in the air is essential.
There's fire activity. Obviously, vigilance is important. Making sure that residents are prepared if they have to leave is important. The risk is always there.
Members of hotspot and hand crews positioned all over Crow Peak can also request air resources should they need them. But that's only if there's worry that the fire could spread too quickly.
Our objective is not to put this thing out, okay? I mean, we're going to have a couple thousand acres here probably at the end of the day. And our objective is to control the spread of this thing.
So the idea is to contain the fire down toward the southeast corner of Crow Peak and not completely extinguish it. So don't be surprised if this fire burns a couple thousand acres before full containment. Shad, back to you.
All right, thank you very much. Our Sam Kramer continuing his very able reporting on that Crow Peak fire. He's been following that since the very beginning, and that's something we'll continue to do with additional details as they become available right here on News Center 1.